Welcome back to another episode of B.L.Y. Boy, look at you. You've upgraded to the 20th century. Must be nice. I've built some things since last episode. We will come back to this one. Let me direct your attention this way. This neighborhood is mostly homes. It's mostly residential. So for this space, I wanted to do something different. I don't know what the structure is going to be yet, but the inspiration was I looked at photos online of market stalls in Venice. And what's cool about those market stalls are the porticos and the colors and the textures on the facade and the different arches and shapes that are made out of the porticos. And so this thing is wrapped in portico. It's not completely done yet. I know. It looks like it's not finished and I've got more work to do. But I want you to see this so you have an idea of the direction I'm going in for this area of the city, because there are these other buildings right next door that kind of have a similar look, and I was inspired to build these buildings also by looking at photos of buildings in Italy, in Florence and in Venice, medieval buildings and Renaissance era buildings. I really like the stony textures and the colors, and I think there's a lot you can do in the game to achieve that kind of look. There are lots of blocks that give off that kind of appeal. Let's have a quick look around. Now I have to admit, it is really cramped in here. You know what's funny? In real life, I'm claustrophobic. No, really? Yeah, I would not be able to live here at all. Have any of you played around with this new iron ore block? I love it so much. It's like the new variation of cobblestone that we didn't know we needed. It unlocks this whole new palette. It's so good. I love it. Indeed. We're gonna ascend to the roof here and a quick little view of the city. Yeah, very nice. So here's my tip. When you don't have a lot of space, but you want to make an interior, find a way to get the player to move up and down. Maybe walking up into the building, or maybe multiple stories inside the building. Here I've done multiple stories inside the building. Did you watch the last episode? Do you remember seeing a red shulker box on the ground here? Well, that red shulker box has become a power line, bringing our country estate into the modern age. Why make it a power line? Well, I was trying to get Savannah Go to look out his window, right? And we put the worksite block, stuck it on the outside of the house, and that gets him to look out his window. And looking at it, it occurred to me that worksite block looks like a piece of electrical equipment. So I stuck a chain on it and ran the chain out, and sure enough, it looks like a power line. Now, in real life, in my neighborhood and everywhere I've lived, if you look at power lines, they're not just straight lines. They've got these boxy things hanging off of them and all these little doodads hanging off of them. And that's what these terracotta blocks and little accoutrements stuck to those pieces are supposed to represent, is transformers and fusers. And I'm not really an electrician, so I don't know. But I'm just kind of sticking things on here to make it look a little more interesting and a little more lifelike, Just sometimes put the blocks on the thing and see what it looks like. Yeah. Okay, that is gonna do it for the show and tell segment of the episode. Let's get on with the show. This is now the third episode of the B.L.Y. series, and the first two episodes, they were intense. No, seriously, I just finished editing the second episode and I was watching it over. We made a glow squid ink farm and did a whole build to go along with it, start to finish. And for a 20 or so minute long episode, so much happened and it happened so quickly. And I really loved the episode, but it blows right by you. So I want to slow down. Episode 3, we're going to shift down a gear. We're going to take it a little easy, and we're just going to have kind of a a more relaxing day, but we're still gonna get something done. In fact, we're going to begin our next big project in the city today. Instead of completing it in this episode, we're going to tackle the different stages and give a little more time to each stage in per episode. Okay, I'm gonna need a quick break so I can remember how to speak English. Okay, I'm back. So, episode 1, we set out to bring villagers from around the world to Dakara, and we did it. Episode 2, we set out to make a squid ink factory, and we did it. So today, we're just gonna linger a while on the very first step of this next mega project. Scouting the location for where the build is going to go and making an outline in wool blocks of the very beginnings of the building. This is what we're going to be spending all of the episode doing, mostly because I'm stalling for time because I'm terrified about building this next thing. No, just kidding. But really, that is my plan for today's episode. Don't make fun of me! Why am I in such a panic today? Well, it's because this next project is a new base. Yes, I'm building a new base. Now, it's not because I'm leaving the power station. I'm going to stay at the power station, but I need a second base, another workshop, so to speak, because the city is expanding. It is going to grow far to the north outside the city, and I need a new area where I can store things, and also just inspiration, something to inspire me, to entice me to expand my city out into new horizons. What will this new base look like, and how will it function? Well, as far as looks go, the theme is going to be superhero headquarters. Think Teen Titans Tower. And it's going to work well because in this section of the city, it's the newest part of the urban core of the city, and it's going to have the most ultra-modern buildings. And buildings like the Teen Titans Tower, like the Stark Industries Tower, stuff like that, it looks super modern. So it's going to fit in really well, and it's going to be like the anchor point for this new section of the city. I have a lot of ambition for this next thing I'm about to do. We'll see how it goes. Now, the tower is going to go on a hillside, and it's going to jet up into the air like towers do, and it's going to be a good place where I can land on my, using my elytra, fly in and land, and grab some things, store some things, and it's going to be like a base 2.0. The power station is a base underground, and this is a base in the sky. You know, superheroes need sky access to their buildings because they're always flying in or swinging in or zooping in or however it is they get around. It's always in the air. I'm a superhero too, flying around with these rockets and these wings. So I need my superhero base, and I've found where it's going to go. Right over here, this hilltop right here is perfect. I'm going to carve out more of a dramatic cliff face and plop the tower right on top. But I'm going to have to think a little bit about how I'm doing this. So let's take a little detour. Next stop, Creative World. That transition didn't work. Transition already. Hello? Please. Oh, I think it worked. Yep, we're here. Okay, don't look. There's a lot of things here I don't want you to see, so we're not going to be staying very long, but I came so you could see what the base is going to look like. I know it's soon, but I want to reveal to you now what the base will look like so you can go on the journey with me, imagining how that base is going to situate into the land in Dakara. Are you ready? There it is. Well, sort of. This is where I worked out the B and got it a little bigger and a little bigger still. I tried this different shade of blue. I don't like it. And a little bigger still. And this is the size it's going to be right here. Yeah, and I worked out a couple little details, but I haven't settled on it entirely. Right over here is the model that I'm working on right at the moment. I added on this tower along the spine, and I added in some little entryways in the side here. I think maybe that is actually going to be like a balcony. And these might be doorways, they might be windows. I don't know. I think the main entrance is going to be this right here. And of course, it's not going to be light blue wool. I just built it out in the light blue to get an idea of the shape. Now, so together, we are imagining how this is going to fit into the landscape. But I also want you to imagine something else. Take a look at this. It's a sailboat. Yeah, it's got a cannon, it's got a sail and a hull and some windows and stuff, and you can go inside it even. And it is half a sailboat for a reason, because this is going to go somewhere on here. I'll let you take a guess where it could go. And it's not the only thing that's going on the B Tower. There's also this, a UFO. And what's cool about this is this little subtle little lighting thing happening here. I noticed it when I stuck a frog light in there to mob-proof this. But anyways, this is going to go somewhere on the tower, and so is the sailboat. And there's one more thing. This right here. This is obviously not even completed. I'm going to leave it as a mystery for you to ponder. What is this going to be? And how are these three things going to find their way into this build? Okay, we are back in Takara, and I'm floating up here in FreeCam because I want us to take a look at the region, the landscape, and think about how we can terraform this to suit our new build. And what I'm noticing is that the hilltop that I chose is connected to a bunch of these other hilltops. So the question is, do we get rid of those other hilltops? Do we incorporate them into the cliffside that we're going to build? What are we going to do about it? Now here we are in the old part of the city on the other side of the river, and we're going to cross here into the new section of where the city's going to be, and there's going to be a road that stretches all the way down here to where the tower will be on that hillside over to the left. And if we keep going, what we notice is that the hillside is really kind of long, and we don't need all of it. And I definitely don't want to use those hills instead because I like the way they spawned, and I've got other plans for what's going to go there. Yeah, I think this is the spot for sure. This hillside stretches down, and it goes all the way down to this other end, and the shape is kind of like a letter Y. Now, down here at this end, we need that to be kind of intact, that mountainside to be kind of intact because it's part of the look that I want this area to have. And this dam back here that I've put in needs this whole cliffside back here to be kind of intact, or else this area is kind of ruined. We need to keep part of the hillside adjoining the hill that our tower is going to go on. So to demonstrate the Y shape, if you see there's like a gap right there, that's like the gap between the two legs of a letter Y. You see there's like one leg going this way and another one going up the other way, and they join right here where all this gravel is like the spot where they join, and then down here is like the stem. Yeah. So I think keep this leg and do whatever we want with this leg right here. Yeah, this whole area can be flattened, it can be expanded. it's kind of the territory we've got to work with. From that tree right there, all the way to the end where this cliff is. But all the rest of that elevation needs to stay the way it is. You know, I'm beginning to feel all the layers of stress and anxiety from hassling with the villagers and getting our squid ink farm to work and making all of that redstone doodaddery. It's all kind of just beginning to unwind. I'm gonna leave you guys for a moment. Enjoy the wool block therapy, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, I think we're done. Let's back up a little bit. Don't judge it too much, okay? It's just like a sketch. That's all we did today. We just did a little bit of work. And it's just it's a way of putting something down on paper. So here comes the road in the valley where the trees are. And it's gonna come right up to the cliff face. Let's go to this mountaintop. We didn't want the cliff to dwarf the mountain we're standing on. Yeah, and it's shorter. It's shorter than this mountain, so that's good. Let's check it from this other mountain peak. This is Mount Dakara. It's like the big boy of all the mountains. And yeah, I think it's growing on me. I really think it's growing on me. That's gonna be cool. And it's not gonna be straight up and down, okay? Those pink wool shafts are straight up and down, and that's not the way our cliff is going to look. It's just a first impression, okay? Calm down. But I like it. I think it's gonna be pretty good. And what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of circling. Are you my cat? Hello, Eddie. Well, hello. Yeah, what I'm doing now is I'm circling the skeleton that we've built, and I'm getting an idea of what the sight lines are going to be like, because that's very important to this build. It's got to have a sort of pose from every angle. When you're in the city, you want to be able to see this thing in the background. And it's not supposed to loom large or anything. It's just supposed to be there, reminding you of its presence. And I think it's going to be good. Yeah. We'll see. I'm going to work a little bit on this off camera too. And next episode, it will be prettier. I swear, okay? I know it's ugly, but I like it. Yeah, I do like it, you know? I do. And I think that's all we have for today. Yeah, I'm going to end the episode right there. So, before I let you go, wherever you are, whatever you're doing today, I hope you have the best day. I hope things go smooth and go well for you, and you get a chance to unwind and relax and just enjoy your life. That's what we're meant to do, just enjoy your life. If you've enjoyed the episode, leave me a like. I really appreciate it. And if you want to see more of me, BubLimeYo, subscribe. To hear more of my music, follow the link to my Bandcamp in the description. And, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next one. Oh, whoops. Bye-bye.